Hello, students of 9th class. Let us revise Chapter 6, The Age of Guptas, in this video. So, first of all, we are going to study and revise the sources, that is, accounts of Fine. We know that he came during Chandragupta and he visited many of the places that we have already discussed. And Magda was the kingdom, a prosperous kingdom. And he tells so many qualities, and its capital, Pataliputra, was flourishing. Numerous charitable institutions and different religions were there. Hindu gods and goddesses were depicted on coins, and mild law was prevailed for the punishment. And then also we discussed about Allahabad pillar. Okay, so inscriptions are there that have it has been inscribed by Harisina. Okay, it is described the reign of a Gupta ruler. He described the reign of Guptas in ancient India. When he tells about various tribal kings and republics in this script, and this is inscriptions we have. Okay, then this one is not there in the syllabus, the political history, but still for your knowledge, I told you that study about know something about Chandragupta I, Samudragupta. These are the Gupta rulers. Okay, and about the Iron Pillar. Okay, tells us about Samudragupta's policy towards the people and the other kingdoms. So then there is Chandragupta II, Vikramaditya. So, but we are not going to study about the political history. Then we saw the Gupta administration. That means monarchy. The government was decentralized, and the king was considered as the shadow of God. He was compared to different gods. And also, the Gupta enjoyed large number of powers: political, administrative, military, and judicial powers. And also, the whole land belonged to the whole land in the country belonged to. It was the property of the king. And also, the king was titled with so many titles: Parameshwara, Maharaja, Draja, and so on. Then there were council of ministers known as a Mantri Parishad. Though the king was the supreme power, done everything by him, but there were ministers. Okay, so we have different kind of ministers here. With the then there were governors known as Kumarmatya, and there was a military commander-in-chief also, though king was the commander-in-chief, but there were commander of the army also, army officers were there. Okay, then the officer connected with the collection of tolls community was known as Sholkika, and there are many other military officers. Then we have seen the provincial administration also. That means the whole country was divided into provinces. Like today we have states, and they were known as the bhuktis. Okay, and the governor of the bhuktis was Uparika, known as Uparika. Okay, and then we have also seen the village administration. Okay, the inscription referred to the participation of the local elements in the administration of the small towns called vritis. So the whole land belonged to the village leaders, and they collected revenue, and further they gave to the provinces, and provinces gave to the kings. There was town planning also. The provinces were divided into janapadas, known as kind of parishad or districts or towns. Okay, and then we have seen the golden age of Indian culture. That means this period was known as the golden age of Indian culture. That means a high level of civilization in the fields of education, literature, arts, architecture, science, and so on. And then we saw the education. Okay, education was given utmost importance. This was evident from the intellectual output in various fields like literature, science, mathematics, astronomy. And it was this time that so many fields or education fields became famous. Science also, literature also developed, mathematics also developed, Aryabhatta, astronomy also. And also in the Gupta period, the Jains and Buddhist system of education assumed a different dimensions. Learning began with the oral methods. Students from other countries like China and Southeast Asia came to the Buddhist monasteries for education. And also, higher education was given equal importance during the Gupta age, as is evident from the number of universities which existed this period. So, the famous one were Takshila University and Nalanda University existed in India. So then we have Nalanda University in Bihar. Okay, and Chinese pilgrim Buddhist tells about Hyunsang tells and describes about Nalanda University. Okay, it has imposing buildings. Nalanda University provided various facilities to the students for their studies, and 10,000 students and teachers were there from Korea, Mongolia, Japan, China, and so on. And the subjects of study in Nalanda were Vedas, logic, grammar, and so on. Then also the science got developed, astronomy, medicine, metallurgy. Varamihara was a great astronomer. Okay, Brahmagupta was a mathematician. Aryabhatta, he said that the earth moves around the sun. He discovered the rule for finding the area of triangle. Then, that was the development of science. And then we also come to know about the architecture. That is a Vishnu temple at Deoghar in UP. It's beautifully built, and these are the characteristics we have. Literature also flourished and became famous. It replaced the Prakrit. Prakrit was spread by Buddhist, not only in inscription but also in religious philosophical literature. Sanskrit became famous. Until today, we can see Sanskrit during the Gupta period consisted of epics, poetry, drama, lyrics, and prose. This is the forms of literature we have. Okay, and these are the poets and literary men: Kalidasa, Sudraka, Bhasa, Arisana, and so on. And individually, if you see Kalidasa, he is known as the Shakespeare of India. He has written various dramas which became very famous in India. So students, we have already discussed the question answers also, and that's all from your revision of the chapter. Thank you.